Jayson, your reaction in the last 48, 72 hours, have you spoken with your former coach? How do you move forward? What's going through your head?
I guess I feel like everybody else, it's a lot to process. Unexpected, especially right coming into this season, and you feel a certain way that coming off last year that you're excited and trying to do all these things, and it's just a lot, if I'm being honest. And I guess along with everybody else, you're still trying to process it all, knowing that, we start practice tomorrow.
Have you had any conversations with him since it's happened?
Since this has gone down, what role have you taken in just trying to keep the team on page? And now that you have a new coach, how much of a responsibility do you have to revive that leadership dynamic you guys had last year?
And honestly, I think what I'm looking forward to most is just playing basketball, right? It's been a lot of talking and things like that. And tomorrow we just get to play basketball, we get to practice. So, I'm looking forward for that to start.
Jayson, how did your wrist heal up after that fracture, and just how are you feeling in general after getting a little bit of a break this summer?
Feel good, feel healthy, body feels great, got some rest, feel good coming into the training camp of the season, looking forward to getting ready to go.
Jayson, what's the team's comfort level with Joe, and how important is it for the veteran guys to kind of buy in and support him, to have that be something that works out of the gate?
Yeah, I mean, somebody we're comfortable with. He's been here the last 3 or 4 years. So same person, just in a different position now. So somebody that we're familiar with and, have a lot of respect for.
One of the things Joe talked about most important right now is healing and building trust. Similar to that last question, there's really no blueprint for this, but how do you try to move forward and all trust, that everything that happened here was handled the right way?
Like I said, just kind of get back to what, we know what to do best, and that's play basketball. And I guess not as simple as that, but, it's just kind of our mindset of, obviously it's a lot going on, but, the things that we can control is, playing basketball and getting ready for practice tomorrow.
Jayson, over here. When you look back at the run to the finals and the whole experience for you and your teammates, what do you feel like you learned? Do you feel like you learned enough to put this team over the hump?
It was a learning experience. You understand how tough it was to get to that point and how much tougher it is to obviously win the whole thing. So take some time to reflect, rest, attack the summer with a plan of, things that you feel like you need to do to be the best version of yourself coming into the next season and, ultimately try to get over that hump, this year.
Jayson, I'm sorry if it's a little repetitive, but are you feeling comfortable with how things unfolded, the way players were kept in the loop, if at all, and just sort of the communication? Like, are you comfortable, or are you still sort of, are there things you would have wished were done differently from an organizational standpoint?
I mean, if you read the statement and, if you watch the press conference, obviously apparently it's a lot of things that, they can't speak about. So, I think I'm kind of like in the same boat as, I don't know. So it's hard for me to answer if things were handled the right way, if they weren't, because, I guess for a lot of reasons, I don't know all the details because I don't.
Jayson, over here, if you haven't had any conversations with Udoka, can you tell us how you found out about what eventually transpired, and I guess what the hardest thing you think will be to move forward from what a lot of players are doing is really an unwanted distraction at this point?
How did I find out?
Yeah.
Shit, on Twitter. Like, everybody else. And then, yeah, it is. It's just an unfortunate situation. You know, all things considered, you know, nobody expected this, you know, coming into the season. And, you know, we were all kind of caught off guard by everything. But, you know, we got to try to move forward and, you know, play basketball.
Just so I have it clear, you found out on Twitter, and then there like a team meeting after, or how did it go down?
I mean, we met the next day as a team, you know, but obviously it was kind of like with the statement that came out. There wasn't any more information that we found out besides, you know, the things that you guys heard.
A couple questions, Duke, on the right-hand side over here.
Jason, you guys were 2 wins away from winning it all last year. With Joe as your head coach, can you guys get back there and win it all this year?
Can we? Do I believe that? Absolutely. Absolutely, I believe that, and I think everybody else does in that locker room as well.
Jason, you talked about the playoff run and the finals as a learning experience, obviously taking that final step. Beyond how hard it is to make that final step, what are the biggest things you took away from that whole run, you personally?
The biggest things, you know, that it's hard. It's hard getting there. You know, we had 2 7-game series that easily could have went the other way, and we probably, you know, we could not have been in the championship. So never want to take anything for granted. And I think coming into this season, realizing that, you know, it's not as easy as just saying we're going to get back there and we got to play better. You know, we got to start from day one tomorrow like everybody else, and it's a process. And we can't skip any steps.
Final question, Jason. Detroit Tigers starting pitcher.
Hey, Jason, you've been pretty outspoken this offseason about just after the finals loss, you took it pretty hard, I guess. How's your headspace going into this year, just with obvious unwanted distractions, but kind of mentally resetting going into this season?
Yeah, it's like a fresh start. What happened last year. Can't change it. You know, just gotta get ready for this year. And, you know, start from scratch. You know, essentially everybody is 0-0. And when, you know, everybody has the same goal. And, you know, try and win a championship.